Nigeria's Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Oluyemi Oluyede arrived at the Mangu Council area of Plateau State and then went straight to the venue of an engagement he hosted with leaders of communities in the area. The recent invasion of communities that left many people dead, including women and children, urgently brought the army chief to the community. The chorus is coming barely 24 hours after the visit of the National Security Advisor on the same issue. So much was deliberated, though journalists were asked to leave for a closed-door meeting. The attacks and killings must stop was the conclusion of the meeting agreed upon by both parties. The chorus then addressed journalists shortly after the meeting.
The fact here is that there are some issues that need to be resolved, politically. Because we can't rely permanently on kinetic approach to issues. So with that, I'm going to meet the governor of the state and deliberate with him to see how we can resolve these issues politically. We're talking about our aspect of the job. We're going to see how we can enhance the security of this place by inducting more men, inducting more enablers, and maybe from there we'll take it on.
While the military will continue to do their mandate, residents must prioritize peaceful coexistence above all. Funom Joshua, TVC News, Pocos.
Well, our thanks there to our man, up there. And our guest this time is Mr. Terence Kwanum. Good morning, Mr. Kwanum. Great to have you. It's been quite a bit.
Good morning, Mr. Okuyori. Good
Hello,
to be
sir.
here.
Indeed. Now, there's an uproar, and fittingly so, I think, because the report is that terrorists invaded no less than 6 villages. Rui, as I was just looking at it, is among them, even though we might not be familiar with the areas, but in other parts of the country. But Rui, Mango, Dafo, Manguna, Hurti, and Tadai, all in the Bokos local government area, we have learned. First of all, give me your commentary on this. Hitting at will, almost as it is, and now people have spoken up, just as you heard the army chief say there.
Yeah, thank you very much, Uncle Yori. The situation that is going on within the Benue Valley at the moment is quite unfortunate. We've always been on it here, and always hoping that these issues doesn't come on our hand again.
Yes.
The government of Plateau has been on top of the situation. If we could recall, he raised the alarm in good time, brought the stakeholders together, and the National Security Advisor was also in Plateau State to be able to boost the morale of the security forces so that they'll be able to support the situation on ground and bring succor to the people. It's the farming season. Our people need to go to the farms and not to be displaced. So it's quite an unfortunate situation. And we always have this situation on our hands within this valley where we have Plateau, we have Benue, we have Nasarawa and Taraba and the rest of it. And it's something that we really need to do something about it so that it will not keep coming again. Because it's already affecting our agricultural yields.
Indeed.
As states of the Benue Valley, as a country, and all of that, and it's already affecting the economy. And so it's not something that should always be coming back to us. I will commend the efforts that is happening on the plateau because they've been up and doing, and which takes me to the challenges that we are having, that similar efforts that are being put in those places where the governors themselves could be able to come out and raise these alarms that so they have situations so that they are overwhelming them and they need help from outside. We want other states within the valley to also emulate this so that the issues of denial will not solve the problems. You need to own up to these challenges so that stakeholders can be able to come together and so that the federal government will know the right indices of challenges that you have and they know the reinforcement that they can bring to you to be able to solve this problem. As of this morning, the governor of Plateau State have addressed the nation, and we know that 64 communities are affected on the plateau. And so if help is going to come to the plateau, they know exactly the magnitude of problem that is happening. But in situations where there are attacks going on in about 15 local governments in a state, and then it is in total denial and trying to use the blame game of pointing fingers that is your National Assembly members that are sponsoring this crisis and XYZ, this is not going to bring a solution. And so these two scenarios that we are looking on, there are different solutions that are being played to it. And we hope that the solution that is coming from the plateau should be emulated in Benue so that the entire Benue Valley will be able to experience peace and the farming seasons within the Benue Valley will witness bountiful harvest, not the other side putting up a blame game and then the other side that is up and trying to bring everybody together to bring peace to his territory.
You know, I've heard people say government needs to intensify the efforts in the line of actionable intelligence gathering to sort of meet, to confront these situations. The fact that this is being spoken about now surprised me a bit. What is your understanding? Shouldn't we be taking that kind of a thing for granted? Intelligence, because everybody knows that nowadays you can't do very much in such an operational field without actionable intelligence. Is it that we are totally bereft of the advantages of intelligence, or what's your read of the situation?
Thank you very much, Uncle Yori. The fundamental thing is that we've had a situation now where the federal government is ready to deploy troops to the states to be able to assist in these situations. And the governors who are the chief security receiving the security votes are supposed to help these troops with logistics. These logistics are going to help them access the hotspots. They are going to develop intelligence from these hotspots so that they can be able to classify them and action them to prevent most of these situations. But in a situation where there is total denial that there are no killings in our place, and even government officials are coming out to deny killings when on a daily basis these killings are taking place, and the citizens are becoming agitated, coming out to protest and even destroy government properties in addition to the ravaging caused by these marauders. It is quite unfortunate, which is what we are cautioning that is not the way to go. Good thing is that this thing is happening within the belt. A solution is coming promptly from the other side. And so you can be able to look the other side and see the way things are happening. If you recall, about a few months ago, the entire leadership of Plateau State across political boards came together and said that they are ready to work for the interests of the plateau, to bring peace and development to the plateau. All the leaders of the parties came together, the ministers, the governors, the National Assembly, State Assembly. That is the way to go. A situation you want to run a state as governor and then see your members at the National Assembly as enemies, you won't be able to come together to synergize and bring peace and development to your plate. And so these two situations we are looking at this morning, we feel that the government in Benue State should take a lead from what is happening on the plateau and see the need for cooperation with all stakeholders to bring peace to their domains.
Do we have any updated figures on the unfortunate fatalities from these terrorist attacks?
Yes, we have very serious and damning and now figures from Benue that are coming because out of the 7 local governments that we have in Zone A, 4 of them are engulfed in this crisis. Out of the 7 that we have in Benue, Northwest Senatorial District, about 5 to 6 of them are involved in this crisis, and out of the 9 that are in Benue Zone C, Southern Senatorial District, about 5 of them. So about 15 local governments are involved in this crisis. As I speak to you today, the senator representing Benue Northwest, Senator Titus Zam's home has been completely ravaged by these marauders. In fact, the road leading to his ancestral home has been blocked by these marauders. The maternal home of the senator from Zone A is completely ravaged. The senator from Zone A, Senator Emmanuel Dendi, the maternal home of the House of Rep member for Kwando Shongo and Obo has been completely ravaged. All these people are now displaced. And we are talking of a famine season and so many other communities that are. And we are seeing government. The sad thing is that because of the lukewarm attitude of government in Benue, our citizens are now agitated and are attacking government properties. If you recall, we had the same situation of protest in Ukum, where the government properties and properties of government officials were destroyed. We have the same in Gwe West. And we don't want these situations to keep repeating itself. And we are calling the government that our stakeholders were ready to come together to team up with them so that we can be able to bring solution to this crisis. Pointed fingers at people. You can't tell me that a National Assembly member is sponsoring crisis in Benue and his own ancestral home has been ravaged, his own maternal home has been ravaged. Who does that? I cannot sponsor a crisis to go and destroy my own home. And so it's quite an unfortunate situation that we have on our hands there. But
let me bring in, I beg your pardon, sir. Let me bring in Chima, who has called in from Benue. Good morning, Chima.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Good morning, leader.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Good morning, sir. I heard you the first time. In fact, I responded. I hope it's a two-way conversation. I hope you can hear us as well.
Very well, I can hear you. My name is Shima, not Chime.
Okay. The name is Shima?
Yes.
Shima, I'm sorry. I called you Chidi. Chima. I called you Chima, but it is Shima. Is the spelling different?
It's okay.
All right. It is Shima,
Yori,
not Chima.
Yes. The situation in Benue is terrible. It's very terrible. We wish that the state government will put in more resources into this fight. All these blame games of people in Abuja doing this and doing that is not helping us and is not taking us to anywhere. Please, we wish that we will all cushion in. Imagine state local governments like Otukpo and other places in Zone C where they never used to be fight. All these things are happening is not proper. It's not proper. So I wish that the state government will...
Shima, did we lose you? But I think you got most of it, enough for us to be able to work with there. So, well, Elder Terence, you heard it there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much, Shima. You see, Uncle Yori, if you recall about some years ago when we had the anti-open grazing law, you know that we were able to control this situation to a large extent. That we didn't have Fulani herders just roaming the streets of Benue because we were enforcing the law. But this present government has repeated that law technically because the livestock guards that were enforcing this law have been disbanded by the government. The trucks they were using to impound offenders and impound their cows when they insist on roaming the bushes of Benue have been converted to cargo trucks in our Benue links, and a new security outfit has been brought to Benue, which objective we're yet to know because it's not actually protecting the citizens of Benue, and that is why we're facing this. We are urging the governor that that law was an instrument of the totality of the citizens of Benue, and we value that law because it brought peace to us. We expected him to consolidate on that law and then return our people back to the ancestral home. We loved him, and that was why he was massively voted into office, and he gave us his words on all these things that we're demanding from him at the moment. He shouldn't renege on his promise to the people of Benue. There is nowhere that crises are resolved with blame games. The people that are voted in the National Assembly, they are patriotic citizens of Benue. We loved them like we love him, and that is why we voted them there. If we recall, the member from Benue, the senator representing Zone B, raised a motion that the National Open Grazing Prohibition law should be enacted in this country. The member representing Zone A raised so many motions of urgent national importance of killing his senatorial district. The governor came out and attacked all these people that they are raising false alarm in Benue. He has been able to secure Benue. Now that the situation has been able to overwhelm them, they should come out clean and apologize to the people of Benue that it was an oversight, and we'll be able to come together, put our heads together, and see how we can be able to resolve this. We came together with Governor Otom. We brought the law. We encouraged him and supported him to enforce the law, and there was some level of peace in Benue.
Well, indeed. I want to thank you because we've run out of time, and well, this is a fine place to leave this, quite frankly, unfortunate story. It's unfortunate if even one life is lost, not to mention the kind of figures that we are hearing. But one has to be careful about those figures in the sense that it's probably best to let the official people who are doing the work tell us what the lie of the ground is. So I want to thank you very much, Elder Terence Kwanum, security expert, for sharing your perspectives with us this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.